managers. So all those could be tracked, right? So let me just go to the leave application first. Once you open your leave application, this is how the application looks like. Uh, as it is, we have uh, considered only 5 days week, and of course that is our working days. And wherever there is an holiday, if you see the calendar here, it is already marked in blue, right? For example, August 15th, we have marked it in blue, which means that it's a holiday. And we have this Wednesday 31st, I think it's a Ganesh Chaturthi. uh, yeah, so here it says Independence Day, and here it says Ganesh Chaturthi, right? So we already announced the holidays already on the application, so that we know what are all the holidays upcoming in your calendar, and probably you can plan your holidays accordingly, right? And here is what it looks. And if you go to the leave type drop down, we are just configured the number of kind of leaves, type of leaves what we have, which is your privilege and sick leave, right? Accordingly, you can apply. So I just, if I say click on sick leave, automatically, if you see here, it says what is your leave balance, which is available for you for the coming months, right? This will clearly show you how many days you have, so that you could apply a sick leave accordingly, right? So on this, can everybody put yourself on mute? It's a request, please. So yeah, thank you so much. So this will show you how many days of leave you are having, right from, for example, August till the calendar year, so that you can plan it accordingly, right? And here is where you can start applying for your leave. And just to let you know that sick leave is something, if at all you're falling sick a day prior, you could apply. And the day you are sick and you cannot come, you can definitely apply, because it's all on the app, and you can definitely apply. We request you, so that our managers are aware, and we know that you're off, so that previously we used to follow this conventional method of sending an email and things like that, but now it's all an app, and I'm sure you can take 2-3 minutes off to just punch in your leave, so that which will be helpful for the managers to plan their day accordingly. So we request you to put in your leave, not only a sick leave, even your privilege leave. Of course, privilege leave is something which you would have definitely planned prior. So we request you to give us a good amount of notice, so that the managers, can plan their uh, go lives and their projects accordingly, right? So this is all about your leaves on sick leave. So I just go ahead and say I'm applying for a leave tomorrow. I just choose whether it's an half a day or a full day or a 3/4. So 3/4 we are not following right now. So it's either going to be half or full day. I just click on full day and say 9th I am on off. I say second half. Yes, even second half I'm off. I can say here not keeping well, right? So on the sick leave, anybody taking more than 4 days, it will automatically ask to upload a document, which is a medical document, which is mandatory, which in you will have to choose a file, and then whatever your doctor prescription or whatever the advice is, you will have to upload it. It is mandatory to do that. So request you all, anybody taking more than 4 days, to upload the relevant document for our reference, right? So this, so if you see here, it already says number of leaves you have taken. For example, I need two, automatically changes to 2 leaves here, right? So this is how the system calculates the number of leaves what you're taking, and then it will show you how many days of leave. 9. Yes, yes, there is. I have to enable it. Is it not? this is how it is, and I say submit, not keeping. So I have submitted. If you see here, it automatically says that, sick leave, what is the time, who has taken it, and here it goes automatically to the respective manager for their approval. Once the manager is approved, this will turn green. The button what you're seeing here like this will turn green to you, right? That's how you know that your leave has been approved. Okay, so this is about the leave. Same thing what you could do with your privilege leave as well. Okay, it says that you already you want a privilege leave on, say, 16th, right? I say 16th, one day, submit. 16th August, okay, first day.
No, basically it's saying only 0 days available for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is not update. Correct. Thank you for notice that. Yeah. So I have 0 days, so it will obviously not take because I don't have enough of privilege leave on me, right? So sorry, what happened? Yeah. Yes, already put it on live. Deepak, we can go to the live stream and then check. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is what will happen. Yeah, if I don't have enough of days on me, it will automatically show 0. Okay, so you have to ensure that you have enough of days available for you to apply for a leave. So this is all about the leave system. Of course, there is a comp op also which we will be updating here shortly, because just for the demo purpose, we thought let us keep it simple and then show you guys how the leave application works, right? So this, once your manager, as I said, approves or denies, automatically it will come up to you as an email as well to say what has happened. Is it approved or denied, right? That email will come, and on your app as well, you can try it out to see what is the status of your leave. That is something you can check on your app and your web to say what is the number of leaves you have. Okay. Now going back to the
Sorry,
yes.
Vikram, Nazia here. Vikram, how about if you have 0 days available in your balance and you still have to go on an emergency leave or something? So, is there an option of loss of pay or something like that?
Yes, there will also be a loss of pay or drop down which will be given, right? Where you have to choose a loss of pay and then take the number of days, it will automatically go as a loss of pay to you.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah. So on your leave balance report, this is how it looks. You can click from when to when is that you want to see your leave balance. You can go leave wise. You can say what are the leaves I've taken and then check it. You can do that and then say generate. It will generate a report to you to say what are all the leave balances you have taken like this. Of course, this will also be part of your monthly pay slip, okay, where it will show you what are all the leaves available, what is the leave of, you're taken. All those will be part of your pay slip as well. So this is a kind of report you'll be getting, right? Just for your quick reference, this is how the report will look if at all you want to see what are all the leaves you are entitled for your you have maternity here, you have privilege, and you have sick leave. So this is bifurcated into leaves, and it will show you what are all the balance of your leaves are. Okay, is this clear with everybody? Does anybody has any doubts on this module so that we could move on?
As per the holiday list, there are 4 optional holidays which have been mentioned. So how about those 4 holidays?
Sorry, what is your voice is not that clear. I'm sorry.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
So as per the holiday list, there are 4 optional holidays which have not been mentioned in the calendar.
Yeah, we have not mentioned because that's optional, right? So we are going to give a drop down on the number of leaves where they're going to be an optional holiday also, which can be taken only for the optional holidays which the calendar gets updated, right? So that
Okay.
optional holidays we have kept it hold for now, because till we know the system well, we don't want to add it. So there will be a drop down for the option holiday, which will be in turn connected to the option holidays which we enter, or we at the back end we say that okay, these are the holidays which people can take. So that will be tagged to those holidays.
Okay.
Okay, that will be taken care eventually once we complete this.
Hi, Vikram.
Yes.
This is Janardhan.
Yes, Janardhan.
Vikram, if I want to apply for a planned leave, like suppose if I am applying for leave Friday or something, so I just want to cancel that leave. Can I apply it in the application, or we need to send a mail for that
No,
cancellation?
so till your leave is approved by your manager, you have the right to cancel it. Okay, so you can go ahead and change the date if you feel the date is incorrect. Okay, you can go and cancel it if you want to. Okay, in case, let me just go back to my leave application. Okay, in case you want to cancel this leave, it will take you back, right? You can change your, it just says initiated if you see here, right? In case you want to change your date, you can still change it to 10th, and 10th automatically takes and submit, right? In case you want to change the leave type, saying that no, it's not a leave type, the privilege leave, it can still take it, right? Till your manager approves it, it will be still on a stage where you can change it. Now, what happens if the manager approves, right? That is something, again, you have to tell your manager to say that no, I'm not, I'm changing this. The manager will have the authority to revoke the leave or cancel it, and a new application will come to you for you to apply the correct dates. Okay. Yeah. So till the manager approves, it is still in your cache, but an email is triggered to your manager that there is an application in queue. But for some reason, the manager approves, and then you still want to change the date. That is the discretion of the manager, where they can go back and then cancel the leave, which will get deducted from your, if it is it's already deducted, then it will go back to the old state of what your leaves are, and you reapply for the leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Is this clear, folks? No other doubts?
Clear, Vikram.
Great. Let's move on to the next category, which is payroll, right? So, I mean, a lot of people who have been here in Prakat, there would have been a IT declaration form which used to be circulated, and then you would have entered it and then probably sent it across, right? So now, as this is all online, this is something which is you can fill in on your ESS login on your payroll. If you go, there is something called IT declaration. You just have to click on your IT declaration, the details will come, and you can go to action, wherein, yeah, here you go. So wherein automatically you get what are all the investments what you have made. It will also give you the limit so it will also give you the limit according to your salary, what is your limit of investment, right? So there is a list of things you can just under 80C, under 80D, under US 10, your chapter 4. So everything is mentioned here. You just have to click on this and then write the amount and write your remarks here to say that what is that you have invested on, right? So once you, for example, a declaration, you are investing, say, 1 lakh, right? Yeah, so you're declaring 1 lakh under a mutual fund and under the children's education. So if you take a children's education, it will ask the details of the child. What is your child's name? What is the amount you're declaring? All those is mandatory for you to enter. Unless until you enter, the child education will not go further on, right? So for example, you want a pension fund, see any other thing, if you see it's a light gray here, that's where you need additional information. If I say edit LIC, again, if you say a drop down, it will ask what is the company, what is that you have entered, what is the capital amount. So these things you could be keeping it handy for you to enter these details, right? So please keep this handy so that you can add these details for your declaration, folks. Okay, let me go to the next step. Again, the same thing for your NSC. If you have invested in NSC, you have to give the details of the certificate. Now, for example, if you have just taken something on a unit linked plan, I just say I have invested another 50,000 here, wherein my limit is completed. So this is all I will be able to invest, right? So anything beyond this amount, it may throw you an error to say that you have already crossed the limit of your 1.5 lakhs, right? So this is something, and make sure that you choose the old regime here, right? So make sure it's chosen by default, but just ensure before you give your declaration that the old regime is selected. Otherwise, it will take on the new regime. So please be very careful while you enter the declaration for yourself on the tax part of it, right? This is done. Just ensure that the year of course, year for now would be 22-23. Just ensure your year of is done and just click the save button, right? So income tax declaration saved successfully. That's it. Once it's saved, it will come to our backend where we will automatically, it will link up to your payroll, and then it will calculate your taxes and give us what the taxable income will be, and the taxes will be deducted accordingly. Of course, if there is any changes to be made to this, you will have to reach out to us for any changes, because once you lock the declaration, we will not be able to do anything. So we will give you once we announce this, probably next 2-3 days, we will announce for you to update your declaration. Once we do that, we request you to keep all your investments, whatever you're planning to do, handy, so that you don't make any mistakes, and it is the appropriate amount is given for us to calculate the taxes for the coming months. Okay, so this is about the declaration part of it. Of course, just go through it, and if at all people you have any sort of a query in this, you're most welcome to ping me, and we'll be happy to help you on this. Okay, is okay, if people are okay with this, you guys are clear in what to do on the declaration? If yes, we could do move to the next module. If there is any queries, you may please ask me. No, thank you. Here is the pay slip. If you see the salary pay slip, this is where you get your pay slips, right? So you can say what is the period, multiple, all these could be, come. We have not run the payroll yet. That's the reason you may not be able to view it. Once we run it, it will automatically come to you as a salary, and you can generate your payslip here, or you could view it as well and then save it in a PDF file. It will be available on your login till your login is valid with Prakat. That will be with you. You need not download, or you can show it on a phone, anything. You can send it to people. This is through your app, right? Once we come to the app, we can see what all does it include. You can also include your IT statement, that is a consolidated IT statement right from when your salary is being credited. It's like a professional form 16. It will tell you what are all the IT statements which has been what are the TDS which has been deducted, and what is your net take home. So the entire IT statement will be part of this. In case you want to include that, that will come in as an additional a feature in your payslip. That is left up to you whether you want to choose what is the month, right? So as I said, the months are not updated yet. Once it's updated, you can choose what is the month you want the payslip. You can generate, you can run it, and you'll know what your salary, you can match it with your bank. Now, we will not be sending a reminder or anything like that. Once your salary is credited, automatically your pay slip is generated, right? So you need not wait for us to tell you that the pay slip is generated, it is there or nothing at that sort, right? So once you get your SMS or your notification on your salary, that means that your pay slip is also ready to view, right? So this is about your salary slip. As I said, you can view your entire monthly salary and your YTD, which is year to date. That has also been part of it. Your PF number comes, your designation is seen, your name is there, your leave is also part of the payslip, where you can see what are all the leaves you have availed for that month and what are the leave balance. Even that is part of the payroll. I mean, pay slip, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is all about the salary slip. If anybody has any questions, may please can go ahead and ask, and we can probably answer.
Vikram, so generally this IT declaration we do at the start of the year, and then in the December month we give the proofs. So
Correct.
both are there in the same module? Do we need
Yes,
to give
yes.
proof
So
later?
yes, so if you see the declaration here, even the proofs, if you go onto the file here, you can upload your declaration right here. See, you just say proofs, choose a file, and then upload it. That's it. So we not need not even tell you guys to upload it, because if you have it, then good, because most of you would have just continued the your investments onto the next year. Anything new you invest, you can just go whenever we tell you to upload your proof. That'll be on just one single email, right? And once you log into your ESS portal, you will have the same thing, which is, see, one, we will lock this, right? Once we receive all your declaration, this will be locked. Once your declaration is locked, you will not be able to change any of your investments. All you could do is just upload your proofs to the relevant amount what the investments are, right? This will be part of the ECS system. Once we tell them, send an email to upload your proofs, you just have to go to the ECS and then upload your proofs. That's it.
Okay, so proof can be uploaded even after
Even
the
after
decision.
now, yeah, it's left up to you, your choice. It's your discretion to upload it immediately. When, if at all it's an ongoing thing, you've already paid it, you can definitely go ahead and upload the proofs then and there.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, there is also something called an overwrite existing file, right? If at all you would have updated something, you can definitely overwrite. As I said, till we lock the declaration, right? Which of course we will notify you to say that we are locking the declaration today. That is just before our year-end computation, what we do, just to ensure that whatever you're declared you are investing. Before that, an email will be shot out saying that we are locking the declaration. Please make any changes if needed. Maybe we'll give a day's time. Once it's done, then after that, no changes would be made to your TDS or salary investments, right? So that is something which we will ensure that we send a notification to you before we lock the declaration, right?
Yeah, Vikram.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? You have any questions? Are most welcome to ask. Okay, so I will move on to the next module. I'm closing the payslip. You're aware of payslip. You're aware of declaration. Now let's come to the main part of the module, which is online attendance, right? Attendance rather. So so this is how it will show when you go to your online attendance. It will say that what is the date, what is the time, check-in, check-out, right? This is something, as I just said, that check-in, check-out is mandatory as soon as you log in, because this is tagged to your leaves, this is tagged to your attendance, and in turn this is tagged to your salaries, right? So this is something you can still check in. It will show you what is the date you're checking in, and then it will be recorded saying that what is the time you have checked in, right? These are some samples. Say that what time was the check-in, what time was the check-out. It will show you what time did you check in, what time did you check out, right? So this is something either you can do it here or you can do it. I mean, you have to do it on your app. We prefer you not to do it on the web, but do it on your app, right? So that is what we are emphasizing everybody, because of course you can't keep the web open all the time. So please do it while you are on your app. This is mandatory, as I said. Please check in as soon as you start your day, and then once you complete your day, you have to check out, right? So please follow this process, and then we will of course going to track it to say that what is the time you're checked in, checked out, and what is the activity, what has been going on, for which we will come to the next module on this. We have only 15 minutes. Hmm? Hmm. No, I have to go to the app also. Okay, this is the timesheet management. As I said, we are yet to complete it. We are just kept it for the demo purpose, right? So there is client, there is project, there is product, there is activity, there is number of hours and comments, right? For now, we just had one sort of a example to say that what is the client and project you'll be working on, and there'll be a drop down of people who are relevantly working on certain project and who are working on multiple projects as well. You can go down and choose your multiple projects what you're working on and put in the hours what you have been working on. For example, I say I work for 2 hours in this. You can click. Okay, you can say 2 hours 15 minutes you worked on this. You worked say 2 hours 30 minutes on this. You can go on adding multiple projects if you have worked on multiple, and then you have to put your comments here, right? So on this we are going to basically assign a few things to you as well, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, which will be assigned to you. For example, somebody working on a testing, right? So we can go ahead and assign to say that what is that they are supposed to do on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. So it's something where I can go and assign, right? So as a project manager, you can assign. You'll be having the rights wherein the PMs can go and assign, saying that, okay, these are the tasks which they have to complete on a weekly basis. So you can map that tasks to the hours what they have worked, and then see what is that the entire team is doing. So that is something we can enable it. There's something called the task where you can enable for the manager, so which we can definitely do it, so that it's easy for a manager to see what are the tasks assigned, and then what is the completion of the task. We have enabled it. It just has to go live. So once they start entering, they will have everything in place. So we have the projects in place. We have every single project what they're working on. For example, people working on multiple projects, you can give that. You can assign also to say that these are the tasks on a weekly basis if we have. So that will be tagged to the assign of tasks. Okay, so this is what on the timesheet part of it.
Vikram, so generally for the clients, the people who are working in the client side, they do it once in a month. So,
no, so yeah, so since you it's an app, and you can spend, I mean, not less than 5 minutes for you guys to enter a timesheet, because if you don't enter on the weekly basis, there is an email which is going to be triggered to your manager, and if it is not done, it will get escalated from there on. So on a weekly basis, we request you to update the timesheet, so that one is that to get a view on what exactly is the tasks mentioned, and then what is completed for the manager to know. Second, at the nth minute, what will happen is after 2 weeks, if you try to enter the week before, it will get locked.
Okay.
So if your timesheet is locked, your salary is not going to get processed.
Okay, so once in a week is okay to enter.
Yeah, so it's better that you enter a weekly basis, so that it is, see, everything is interlinked now, right? Unless and until we get the time, what is that, it is what is your put in, we cannot process the salary. So anything could be done with your attendance and your timesheet. So that is how this is interlinked. So we request you all to take some time off. Even while you are going to sleep, you can just update your timesheet, because you have your app. You need not log into an Excel sheet and then do it, right? So we have made it very convenient for everybody, so that we have an app which could do everything what I'm showing in the web, right? So very user friendly, and you can do it anytime. Once you complete, you can just do it. But again, ensure that you punch out, because again, it's very important for us to know what is the number of hours you have put in. Because if we say that your your punch out is 16 hours and your timesheet is 8 hours, again a conflict will come there, right? So just ensure that your punch out is done properly, appropriately at the time you guys finish up your work. Again, that is interlinked to your attendance. For example, you say that you worked for 9 hours and then you forget to punch out. Even that vice versa will create an issue on the salary part.
Like every
But-
Friday, this can be done, right, Vikram? Like once in a week.
Yes, you can do it.
Yeah, in continuation to Surbhi's question, when it will be ready, Vikram? Because when we try now, it shows earlier dates. We cannot submit for
No,
earlier dates, right?
I have locked it. I have locked all
Okay.
this, as I said. I thought
Okay.
once the demo is over, we are going to open up all the projects, because as you see, there's only 1 or 2 projects running here, right? So
Okay.
today or tomorrow morning, this will go live, because there are 2 things I wanted to check. One is everybody able to log into the ESS system, right? And to ensure that all the modules are working fine with you guys. So once this is there, and you know that what are all the features working, then it is just a click of a mouse for us to enable all the other features here. Yes, if you see, if I try to go back and say that you can't do a past entry, this is exactly the error you will get if at all you try to go back and update your timesheet if you're not updated on a daily basis, right? You're seeing this.
Yes.
This is what's going to happen. So we request you to update your timesheet then and there, and then ensure that you have taken your time.
Yeah. And the question is, if at all, if someone forgets to punch out,
Again, I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
it is ideally.
it is ideally punch out. Yes, I mean, so what will happen is, if I try to punch out, next day morning you can't punch in. Okay, that will get locked. So you have to ensure that you punch out on time, and then next day it gets enabled for your punch in. Of course, there are circumstances where you would forget, but that is something you can send us an email or tell your respective managers, and at the back end we will be taking care of it.
Okay.
Hello.
Thanks.
Yeah, Vikram,
Yes,
am I
please.
audible?
Yes, please.
Yes, those who are working in Infosys on behalf of Packet Solution,
Mhm.
those need to fill this timesheet.
Everyone has to fill, Mohan. For now, we're going to make it standardized and then sending it to the client directly from here only, because we don't want to have any duplicates, so that we are looking at only one application for the entire system. Because if we again enter manually, then your leave has to be tracked. All those we are finding it very monotonous. Now that we have the system in place, we are probably going to say everyone to enter the timesheet here itself. Yes, Saruna, you had a question.
Resources will be involved in night calls, right? So that time, for example, 2 times they might log in.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, how will
Yeah.
they do?
So what we have done is, we have taken shifts of every 8 hours, 9 hours rather, right? For example, somebody working from 9 to 6, that is the first shift. Now, if they work anything beyond 6 o'clock or say 7 o'clock, that will automatically go to the next shift, which is 6 to.
Once in a while, yeah.
That's okay.
Just for
So
one
what?
hour,
So
six.
yeah. So what they do is, they punch out, right? On their timing, for example, 7 o'clock they finish, they
Oh.
punch out. Again, punch in at about 9 o'clock if at all they want to log in and work. That will take that accordingly, that shift it will calculate.
Okay.
So that we know that anybody has worked on this additional hours, or say that they have worked, and in case they want a comp off, right? It will again calculate based on this only. If they want to take a comp off, it will go validate to say that whether is he worked that number of hours in that. So everything is interlinked, right? So that is how it works.
So Vikram, Vikram, Narendra here.
Yes, Naren.
Yeah. So since that online attendance is linked to the timesheet entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, our work need not to be 8 hours as we used
Correct.
to, right? Last
Correct.
time, previously.
Correct.
It can be 12 hours, it can be 14 hours.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's no restriction. See, you will not know. So in our back end, we will know that what is the number of hours you worked. So we have just kept the nearest 9 hours for you, for us to bifurcate to say that how many hours did a person work, so that, accordingly, if there is anything extra to be billed to the customer, right? So that is something we will need a clarity and a record, right? So we're going to keep this as a record so that it's a valid record for us to say that this is how we are managing, and we could go ahead and send it to them if need be. And for example, there are people who are supporting on a weekend, right? And we have to send a record wherein it goes on Excel and things like that, where here it's recorded. One second thing, what will happen this, in case there is any weekend work is done, few of the clients compensates us for that, so that automatically gets connected to the payroll, and the remuneration is automatically given to them based on the approval. So that is another advantage that we are having, to ensuring that everybody puts in their timesheet on this, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so this is about the timesheet entry. As I said, folks, this is new to us as well, right? And we are also learning. Of course, we know little more than what you all know. But as and when we try entering the timesheet, as and when we start working, probably we'll know more about what are all the details of it and how could we, solve it. So that we will do when we start entering the timesheet. We will start ticking it, start monitoring it. So we'll definitely learn by as and when we go on this. So that the whole idea is to ensure that we start using this application as you use your calendar on a day-to-day basis, right? As I'm sorry to state this, I'm sure everyone will be looking at Facebook at least once a day, right? So the same way, we also want you to look at this application once a day and ensure that you update all your details on this, so that it doesn't affect our work on the salary part, on telling you to update a timesheet, because a lot of energy is being wasted on telling people to update the timesheet and getting it on time, because the back end, you all have to know that so much of work goes in for us to put together everything and then send it to the client for invoicing, right? So we are trying to see how could we minimize that, so that each and every person here are responsible to do their job fully, right? So that is the whole idea, and I'm sure you people will definitely cooperate and help us in ensuring that we do our best to keep our clients happy, right? So that is the whole idea of ensuring that we enter everything the day we complete our tasks, right? So yeah, coming back here, there are comments here where you can write what did you work on, right? What are all the tasks you worked, for example, on a project or a product, whatever your work, number of hours you have put in, automatically it will come to us or the respective managers, and they can take a look at it, what are the activity they have completed, right? So this is about the timesheet. If you see here, entered hours, I just took an example and it says how many hours I've been working on. So this will automatically update right from the shift timing and say how many hours have you punched in, right? This is the detail what you'll be getting. And you just have to go here and save it. Just save so that you pass date entry not log. Okay. Let's say
Yeah, Vikram,
yes,
so,
please.
like you said, starting this from August 1st. Now, for the last 7 days, it's up to you. Have to enter the use details on that.
No,
So,
Jamal, I'm not able to hear you at all.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I said that, see, like you said, that we're starting this from 1st of August. Okay, and we don't have any like leeway on entering anything for the 7th of August. That is, like, for example, let's consider I worked something yesterday and I can't punch it in here. So, what is the thing that we have considered from 1st to 7th of August? How do we give you the data? Do we give an Excel sheet for that?
No,
Or
no.
we
Yeah.
process?
Yeah. So as I said, Jamal, we have locked this because just for the demo purpose, right? So it will be opened once we finish this demo. I will be unlocking the previous days as well, again only till 8th, right? So it will be unlocked from the date what is there. From that day to previous, you can enter all your details. Again, there will be a time frame which will be given. Once we enter that, again it will be locked, right? So that is what we're going to do. Soon after this call, there is some additional information which is needed on the application to add all the projects and map it to the relevant people, right? So we've already done it, but 50% for some reason it's not accepting. So just trying to see, how do we do that? So that is something we are working on, which could be completed by today. So once we do that, probably it'll be open for you guys to enter your timesheet on the previous days.
Yeah, thank you, Vikram. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, just a doubt that you had told that what do you say if what do you say there's a conflict between the timings of what do you say the punch in and punch out time and this timesheet time. It will be an issue, right? So say suppose what is it, you have punched in and punched out for 9 hours, and the amount of work you did in your timesheet is about 5 hours or something. Then wouldn't that be an issue?
Yeah, that is what your managers will look at it and say that you're punched in for 8 hours and but your work is only for 4 hours. So that is what we are trying to tell you, that genuinely you enter what you worked for, right? If you work for 4 hours, put it for 4 hours and then say that remaining 4 hours I didn't have any task because it was not assigned to me.
Okay.
Right. So that is something the respective managers will see and actionize it the next day, or see that what is that they could assign you to ensure that you are putting your 8 or 9 hours of effort on a daily basis.
Okay. And so what is this attachment over here? Anything we have to add?
Here, in case you have any timesheet or in case you have any document where you need to attach, right? For example, a case study or something, they say test cases you want to attach, right? On that 8 hours, you can attach that test case or something like that so that the manager can pull it. You need not send an email to them.
Okay.
Right? That is something which you can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So if we are done, I will move on to the app wherein we can see how do we quickly log in and then use the app. Is everybody okay with this? Is there any doubts on this?
Sir, one more doubt here. How we can put stand-up calls if there is any stand-up calls and technical any calls. So how we can list it here?
There will be a drop down on the meetings also as part of your daily stand-up calls, where you could choose that and then say that how long were you involved on the stand-up call. So that will also be ticked and taken as part of the your daily activities rather.
Okay.
So one more question, Vikram. So
Sure.
finally, the payroll will consider your timesheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not punch in, punch out time, right?
No, time sheet.
Timesheet only, right?
So the time sheet will consist your punch in, punch out, and the payroll will consist the time sheet. Time sheet is nothing but your number of hours and number of days you worked, right? So that is what we need for our payroll. For example, you have taken a day off, right? That will automatically come into your timesheet. If you have taken a day off, you cannot enter that day in your timesheet, right? So the day off will be a day off. So the timesheet will tell us how many hours you have worked on what shifts, and is it 9 hours as per to the company policy.
So Vikram, one more thing is like, are we getting any compensation in regards if we work any extra hours? Like you said, normal punching would be like first shift 9 to 6, and post that if we work, suppose 4 hours more, are we getting any compensation or just for tracking purpose you are asking to update?
That is for tracking purpose. Again, I said it depends on the client, right? So you have to put in number of hours. That's on the client what you have. This is only for our tracking purpose. That's it.
Okay.
Vikram, in continuation to that Sujit's question, right? You mean to say that comp off need to be taken from the client side, not from the Prakat side, is it?
No, so if your client is approving the comp off, right, and then of course you will be communicating it to your client saying that you're going to take a comp off, right? Or your respective in charge of the project will tell us saying that somebody has worked on a weekend and they want to take a comp off. Based on that, you can take a comp off, and anyway, end of the day, your manager is the one who's going to approve, right? So they will approve or disapprove based on what the client has told them, right? So end of the day, they know what it is. They have a handle on what exactly is happening pertaining to that project. It's their discretion to either approve it or disapprove.
Yeah, for weekend it looks good, Vikram, that's fine. But for the weekdays, so let's say for the out of 8 hours, if you start working for 12 hours in a day, right? So in a 5 days, you'll end up in late work of 20 hours, right? So how are you going to handle that 20 hours?
That is what, Narendra, that is exactly based on your manager's discretion, right? How the work permits, that is something which the manager is going to take a call on. Right?
So who has to provide that input? I mean, we would be providing, or you would be pulling out the data from here and providing the input to the manager?
No, you are entering your timesheet, right? Whatever your number of hours, what your work, that will go to your manager. They can review and then see what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine, Vikram. That's
Thank
not going to happen in Intuit. Okay, fine.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just unsharing my screen so that I have to log into any desk and then probably come back with the app. Okay, thank you. 1 minute, please.
Yeah. Hi guys, am I audible?
Yes, Chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vikram, you can use my system. Well, no, I'm not able to. You're trying to do it to any desk. Directly इसी से आप उस पे लॉग इन करके आपका स्क्रीन यहाँ से शेयर कर दो ना. No, that's why. Don't share the screen.
Folks, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
This is my app.
Yes.
Okay, this is how your this is the app, which would be now, how do I remove this? Yeah, I hope it's clear now. Yeah. So this is how it looks, and you can go to punch in, show the details, and just say punch in. Your punch in registered successfully. Okay. So this, once you punched in, you'll get to know when is that it's punched in, and then you have your pay slip here. You can open your data and then